my name is Laura Holyfield.
And my name is Ash Bauman, and we're from Dr. Schrain's EDM 310.
Today we're going to talk about ways to sustain our natural resources. Natural resources mean we don't create them, means that they occur here on Earth all by themselves. What we're talking about are our trees, our water supply, and our air. Now this is an example of clean air. This is our example of polluted air. We're talking about reducing, reusing, and recycling. To reduce means to use less material. If you're using less material, then you're not wasting as much when you're finished with it. So here we have a road with a bunch of cars on it. How many of you guys came to school today in your own car with lots of other cars on the road? We could have solved that by coming to school in a school bus. When everybody rides in one automobile, we save gas and we create less air pollution. Here we have a gentleman reading the newspaper. There is a better way to reduce by sharing a newspaper or reading the news online. By reading the news online and sharing one object, we save paper, we save gas because all those newspapers aren't being delivered to your home, and we use less energy because all those newspapers aren't being created. So the idea behind reduce is to use less. Then we have reuse. Reuse means to use it more than just one time. How many of you guys brought your lunch today, and how many have it in a plastic bag? Now, how many of those plastic bags are you actually using more than one time? What if you brought it in a reusable, washable plastic container with the same reusable, washable spork and drink cup? That is how we reuse. Then you go to the store and you get the plastic bag. Once you get home, most people throw the plastic bags in the garbage can. A better way is to use a cloth bag. Another word for cloth is canvas. Bring it with you to the grocery store each time and reuse it. This is a printer. The printer uses ink. Every once in a while the printer inks run out. So what do? You can take it to the store and get those cartridges refilled, or take them to a place that recycles them. You don't have to throw them away. Now, what happens when you grow out of your clothes? One idea is to pass them to someone else, which is also reusing. Another idea is to drop them in a donation bin. That way, someone else is going to be able to get a little bit of use out of something that you don't need anymore. The idea is to reuse it. Then we have recycling. Recycling is taking something that you're finished with, breaking it down, and creating something brand new out of it. One way you can do out of your yard is create a compost bin. A compost bin could be a big wooden box. It could be a container that you specially buy, and inside of it you add leaves and grass, fruit and vegetables, coffee grounds, eggshells, a lot of the produce that you eat in your home, but no meat products. The idea behind the no meat products is because they attract rats and other animals that will mess up your compost bin. So you put all these fresh items in there, you turn it around, and it will turn into a nutrient for your soil in about 3 or 4 months. Now, at school or at home, we have ways that we can recycle. We can recycle paper. Some people use only one side of paper. You can flip it over and use the other side. We can recycle our cardboard. There are places that take cardboard and they will take them from you and send them to be reused. Batteries, never ever throw your batteries away. Make sure that you take them to a recycling plant. Ink cartridges, like we mentioned before, can be refilled or turned into a special place for recycling. Plastic bottles definitely go into recycling. Your aluminum cans, your Coke cans, your Sprite cans, never ever throw those out. They can be turned into something else. And your glass, always, never throw glass away. It can be recycled also. So the idea behind recycle is not to throw it away, but turn it into something else. Now, if you were to have a banana peel on the ground, do you have any earthly idea how long it would stay on that ground before it disappeared? 3 weeks. That banana peel would stay there for 3 weeks. Now you've got your paper bag that you brought your lunch in. Do you know how long that would last? Out in the open, if you were to throw it on the ground? 1 month. That paper bag will be there for 1 month. This is a leftover cigarette on the ground. It will stay there for 2 to 5 years before it finally disintegrates. Now here's your Coke cans that I said that we definitely could recycle. If you were not to recycle them but to throw them away, they will last 200 to 500 years. Your plastic milk jug, 1 million years. In other words, it's not going anywhere. Here we have our styrofoam cup. It will last so long that there is no way that they can predict how long it will last. And then you've got your glass bottles. This one was left on the beach. Once again, it will last so long that they cannot even begin to tell you how long. So in other words, the way to sustain our natural resources is reduce, reuse, and recycle. Ashley?
One idea is to take natural things that we've used and turn them into something else. Here are 5 examples of different objects that you can find every day around your house, and different objects, different ways to turn them into something new and creative. One idea is with chopsticks. There's many different things that you can do with chopsticks, but here's something that you probably didn't guess. Turn them into a fruit basket. Another idea is with flip-flops. You can turn it into a doormat. Your daddy's ties can be turned into a bag that you can use. I've also seen them to be turned into a skirt. Your soda pop cans can be turned into something really cool. A dinosaur. And then we have newspaper that is rolled and turned into another basket. Now what we are going to do is we are going to create a Mother's Day gift, and we are going to use resources from the home that have been gently used, washed, and cleaned. There are many different ideas, and here are a couple that I'm going to show you. Here's a flower made out of a button and music notes. Here is another flower made out of paper. Here's a flower made out of paper cups and straws for the stigma. Here's one made out of plastic cups. Here's one made out of paper. Here's another one made out of paper. And the final one is also made out of paper. So I don't want you to copy these ideas. I want you to use them as inspiration, and I want you to create your own flowers that you will give your mother, your grandmother, your aunt, any female that is close to you. It can be a neighbor or something that has a motherly influence on you. It doesn't have to be your birth mother. I want you to take these ideas and find something creative to do with them. I don't want exact copies of this. I want this to be something that you do from your own ideas. Here is a list of materials that we are going to use. The list of materials are endless, but here's just something to get you started with. We can use paper cups like shown in that picture, plastic cups, The straws were used for the stigma for the paper cups and plastic cups. Newspaper Sunday comics, you can roll them, fold them, paint them, do so many things. The magazines and calendars, you don't really have to dress them up as much as you would the newspaper. Yarn for the stigma, buttons for the middle, soda tabs can make for the petals, and for the leaves, you can use empty food boxes such as your Ritz crackers, your cereal, your soda boxes. You can use fabric scraps. You can cut them out, make the petals, the middle parts, the leaves. You can wrap them around something. The objects are listed. The only requirements is that all of these materials have to come from something that has been used and no longer needed. So don't go to your mom's craft room box and steal her fabric that she's going to use to make another dress. It needs to be like an old shirt that no longer fits you, straws that you have used when you were through the drive-through. You need to wash them, make sure they're dry and clean. If you have a plastic cup, make sure it's something that you have already used and you're going to throw away. Make sure that it is clean and dry. We don't want sticky soda left on it or anything like that. And all of this will be posted onto our class website. I want you to make sure that your parents, guardians see this and make sure that they understand that these are the guidelines. The only rules is that they have to be something used. And I want you to be creative. I don't want you to copy the ideas that we've already done. Thank you.